Good morning, it's Alex. It's Sunday morning. It's about 10 o'clock. I've got a whole day of sewing ahead of me, so that's brilliant. Okay, I am back and I'm not having a good day. I have just finished constructing the skirt for the shirt dress, and I was at the point where you pin the bodice onto the shirt, to the skirt, only to find that I was missing 2 side skirt panels. So when I was at the cutting out stage, there are 4 side panels, 2 at the front, 2 at the back. I didn't read the instructions properly. I just assumed it was 2 as usual and only cut out 2. I don't have enough fabric. Fabric is from Lamazi. I have had a look on their website and all they've got is a 65cm remnant, and the length of the piece is 85cm. So I have sent them a DM on Instagram. It's Sunday, don't expect they'll get back until tomorrow, just to see if they're likely to get any more in. If they are, then I will hold off. If not, I will have to hope that nobody else buys that remnant and I'll buy it, and then my dress will just be 20cm shorter, which is not really what I want. So I'm going to give up today and go and do something else, and tomorrow, if I get a chance, I will make a start on these Dawn jeans. The denim that I was planning to use is some that I bought a little while ago from Leon's, and it looks like that. That's the wrong side, that's the right side, so it's got a sort of browny goldy finish to it. The Dawn jeans are not for stretch denim, and these have got one-way stretch. This denim has got one-way stretch, and I've just measured it, and funnily enough I keep this by the side of my table here and as a stretch guide, and it is actually a Megan Nielsen one. I just find that really handy. So it's a quick visit down to my sewing room to check out what denim I've got, because I had to think about it, and I don't think that it's a good idea for me to use denim with a bit of stretch in it for these Dawn jeans, because that's not what they're designed for. And I knew I'd got this black denim that I bought recently, and I couldn't remember. Anyway, unfortunately that is the same. It's got a tiny bit of stretch in it. So I am off to walk the dogs in a minute. I'm meeting a friend at 9, and when I get back I'm going to go over to Leon's in Chorlton, because they usually have some denim, and see what they've got. Well, my day hasn't panned out anything like I imagined it was going to. I did go to Leon's. They didn't have any denim that I liked the look of in terms of non-stretch, but they did have some very nice selvedge denim. So I'm afraid I went off-piste and I bought that. There is a jeans pattern that's specifically designed for selvedge denim, which is called the Philippa Pants. Anyway, I had a quick Google, looked up how much I needed, because selvedge denim's always a lot narrower. So it did work out quite expensive, because I ended up buying 4 meters and it was £9 something. So yeah, that's quite a lot really, isn't it? So I came home and thought, right, well, I've definitely got to wash that. So that's at least an hour or so, and then it's got to dry. So I thought, while I'm doing that, I will do this coat making vlog that I talked about doing, because I'm in danger of forgetting everything. So I did that, and by the time I finished doing that, it was more like about 2 o'clock. And then I've spent the entire afternoon editing it, because I was rambling on and on and on. So I've ended up not doing any jeans making at all. I've decided that first off I'm going to make another pair of ginger jeans. I just want to kind of build up to the Philippa ones, only because the denim cost a lot, and I keep making daft mistakes, so I want to be sure that I'm firing on all cylinders before I do that. Good morning, it is Tuesday morning. I am back from a dog walk. I did a flying visit to Abercarn's while the dogs were still in the car to get a jeans zip. They didn't have one. I mean, I didn't think they would. They didn't have one for this denim. So I got a blue one because I think it was a choice of blue or black. Had a little look at the pattern pieces to see what size I'd cut last time. So it looks like I cut a size 16, and I know, apart from I curved the waistband, I know I didn't really have many alterations to make, which was great. But now I've looked at the sizing and it looks like I'm now a size 12. So I'm doing the high-waisted skinny jeans, but I'm going to add a little bit on either side, because I don't want them to be super tight. So I'm going to do that this morning, give this a bit of a tidy and get going. Oh, I'm wearing this hoodie that I made last week, you know, with this slightly glittery fabric from Material Girl Laura. Am I glittering? So I've made those adjustments to the leg. There is the line that tells you to lengthen and shorten. There, 5 centimetres underneath, is my line that I drew in, and then I took 1 centimetre out from the purple line, which is the size 12 that I'm cutting, and then just drew it up to that point there, and we'll see what it comes out like. So I'm just doing my first back pocket. So I've done the top stitching along the top, and I've got to fold in the edges. It's 1/2 inch, by the way. I'm rubbish with inches. I only really understand centimetres, but luckily my sewing machine tells me what 1/2 inch is. So the way I prefer to do it is to stitch. I've got slightly longer stitch length, I think 3.5, something like that. So I stitch 1/2 inch around the edges, and then use that as my guide to press the seams under, and I find that works pretty well. So I thought I'd just show you where I'm at. Yes, I decided to use this check. I mean, it is a bit boring, but I don't know, it's got a kind of 70s vibe to it. So I have got to the stage where I'm inserting my fly front. The front looks like this. I've got the top stitching here on the left side. That is going to be the left as I wear the trousers, jeans even. So that's the wrong side. So I've got the 2 fly fronts here, extension pieces. This one's been overlocked, and then this bit here has been overlocked. And then I've just lined up my zip facing towards the front. You're supposed to not have this hanging down the bottom, so it's better that it hangs over the top than down the bottom. And I've lined this edge of the zipper tape up with the edge of my top stitching, because it says not to have more than about 0.8 of a centimetre between the zipper teeth and the centre front here. So that's all pinned, and now I'm about to sew along here close to the teeth, but only through the extension there, not through the whole thing. Okay, so I've done that stitching. You might be able to see that I ended up stitching it twice. Second time was just to get closer to the teeth. So now what I'm going to do is, if I just lift that up and fold under, and I'm going to fold that over, press that down, and then stitch along here, just between this folded over bit of the fly extension and onto the zip. So I've stitched that down, and now I'm going to fold it over so I'm still on the wrong side. Flatten that out. So this is now kind of a bit loose. So what I'm going to do is pin this over here on this side and stitch down on here, and the same thing just to the facing. not through the jeans. This is sewn in now. Yes, I did go a bit wonky, so we'll redid that. And then also another row of stitches just at the edge of the tape to secure that. So that now means that the zip is sewn in. So now I need to do the top stitching. So I've done my fly front top stitching. There's a double line of stitching, and when I get rid of that chalk you'll be able to see that. So now it's time for the fly, what's it called, facing, stay, cover thing, can't remember. Anyway, so I've made it up, and basically I'm going to pin that so that this edge lines with this edge, something like that. And then I'm going to pin it and then overlock the two together, forming that round shape. I've got plenty of, you see, look, I've got plenty of space between here and here, so I might actually take a little bit off just to make it a bit neater. I'll see. I'm going to go freestyle, so I'll see how it turns out. Fly shield, that's what it's called, fly shield. So next I'm on to bar tacks, and because my fly extension actually underneath it finishes here, ordinarily I'd probably have the bar tack a little bit lower down, but I just want to catch it underneath it so it's a little bit higher up. To be honest, I don't think anybody's going to be walking around looking at my bar tacks. If they are, then frankly they've got a problem. So I've never used the bar tack before on this machine. I only got it in the summer. I think it's that one there. So I've got a bit of fabric here just to do a test. So put that under there, and I just press the button. Oh, that's looking good. Let's have, oh. Oh, that's pretty good actually. I've unpicked the stitching here now, so it's all looking pretty good. I've checked that this will slide, doing this one-handed, this will slide up and down, and that's no problem. So now I've got to assemble the back, which is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to slightly curve this waistband. I've done one part already, I'm just going to do the second part. So that's my, so there's my waistband, and I don't want to change the measurement down here because that's where it's going to attach onto the body of the jeans, but I just want it to taper up a little bit up to here. So that's the centre front, so that will, sorry, that's the fold marking, so that's going to be the centre back, and then I've got the notches here for where the side seam is. So somewhere between here and there, I'm just going to, I mean you could draw a line, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to cut down from the top almost to the bottom, but not quite all the way through. So it's going to look like that, and then all I'm going to do is at that top edge is sellotape it back together, but with those two overlapping a little bit. I mean, I'm just doing this by eye, and because I've made enough waistbands to know that that's probably what I'm going to need, and I know having fitted it I don't need a massive amount, so I'm just going to do like maybe 5mm overlap at the top. So now all I need to do is unpick this basting and do these seams properly. So that's the centre back seam and the side seams and the inside leg seam. So I've sewn together my side seams and my centre back seam and the inseams and done all the top stitching. I've done this bit of stitching here with a bar tack, and I have put my waistband on. I haven't finished it. I'll show you the lining still thing, but it's on, and I'm just tried it on to see how I'm doing fit wise. It has made me realise, because I did this quite low, I could probably do with another bar tack here, because yeah, that's not great. But although it's a bit on the tight side, I think this is going to work really well, because yeah, my experience is they kind of loosen up as the day goes by. So I'm going to take this off and finish making up the waistband, and that's how it's looking on the inside. So that's one front and there's the other. So I just basically need to get this waistband finished. Obviously I'm going to trim off the excess on the zip. I'm not going to grade this seam at all, just press it up towards the waistband. I've pressed down 1/2 inch on the facing, so that will eventually look like that. So yeah, I'm just going to give that a press so it looks like that on that side, and here we go on this side. And I have learned it's worth doing a line, because otherwise, even if you don't think you're being wonky, if you're me, you find you are. So all I've got to do is sew up there. I probably will go along the existing stitching just a little bit, just to reinforce it. I've done as much as I can with the jeans now, so I'm just going to have a bit of a coffee and a break. The only thing I haven't got is I don't have any jeans buttons. I thought I did. So I've come up with a cunning plan, which is that my daughter has to walk past Abercarn's on her way back from school. So I'm going to send her a text and ask her to pop in and get me some jeans buttonholes, and then I will pick her up. But it means it's easier than parking up and getting out of the car. It's a deal that we do quite regularly. So I think I will get ideally I'd like the ones that have got that sort of slightly dull antique finish, because I think it would work really well with this denim, but if not, then I'll go for gold, only because I tend to wear gold jewellery and I've got a gold zip in there. So, but yeah, everything is done. I haven't done the buttonhole, I haven't done rivets. I'm in two minds about rivets, so I'll see, but everything else is done. The belt loops are on, all the top stitching is done. I still need to brush off the chalk off the front there. Won't be walking around with that on, but that's literally a bit of a damp cloth. I've hemmed them. I haven't taken anything off the length, because I know that they were long, but I know I like to roll up anyway, so that just gives me more options. So I'm really pleased with the fit, to be honest, and actually I can't wait to wear them. I had a little break when I went to the gym and went to my yoga class, which is why I'm wearing this, because this is a top that I made for the Minerva Crafts blog a little while ago, and it's from, this is like a fleece back sweatshirt fabric, and it's the pattern is the Fantail top from the Sewing Revival. So it kind of has elastic at the front. Hold on. Can you see that? Has an elasticated front there, and then goes down, kind of covers your bum. And I made it in the summer, but for some reason it's just become my go to the gym top. So I was going to stop and have a swim and a steam, which is a really nice thing to do, but I hadn't finished my jeans, so I was too impatient. I wanted to come back and do those. So I'm having a break now, apart from this button when Grace gets back. And tomorrow we are going to finally do all our decorating. We've waited this late because our oldest daughter didn't want us to do Christmas decorations without her. See, she might be 20, but she didn't want to be left out, and she is coming back tomorrow just for the day, so that she can vote, because tomorrow's Thursday and that's the election. It's really nice. It tends to be the first kind of first day of festivities really. I haven't felt very Christmassy at all. I might even allow myself a mince pie and some carbs, but it's when we tend to put, you know, Michael Bublé comes out. Yeah, it's like when things start feeling really nice and festive. So I'm looking forward to that. So I may not even sew tomorrow. But while I was making these jeans this morning, the door went a couple of times and I had a couple of deliveries. So I'm fairly sure I know what they all are. This first one is a direct copy from Jay at the Camden Stitch on, I think it's her first Vlogmas. She had a delivery from Pound Fabrics. I've never bought anything from them before, and I saw this fabric, and even though it's for coats, I just thought, and actually I really don't want to make another coat right now, but I couldn't resist it. It just had my name written all over it. It was cheap as chips. So it's like a teddy bear coating fabric in this ochre-y, actually it's like a ginger colour, I would say, more than an ochre. Oh my, oh, I could even be tempted to make a coat again. No, surely not, that would be madness. Oh, it's so me. So yeah, look at that. Right, so that's 3 meters, and including postage and packaging, that's come to £15.99. That is amazing. So I'm really pleased with that. So Jay, if you're watching, thank you so much for enabling me. So yeah, and I had another couple of packages arrive this morning. Good old Lamazi Fabrics, who have sent me this remnant, literally almost ASAP. That is, if you remember when I was making that shirt dress, I didn't have enough fabric for it because I forgot 2 of the side panels. So this isn't quite as long as I need it to be, but I'm going to have a think about whether I can sort of patch it in, either make it a feature or hope that you don't really notice it. So I shall get that not in the sewing machine, in the washing machine in a minute and pre-wash that. So there we go. Last but not least, I've got my beauty pie supplies. So it's a beauty pie is a beauty members club. I'm not trying to flog it to you. Probably the only other thing that I spend my money on other than fabric is skincare stuff, and yeah, it probably is a case of closing the door after the stable door after the horse has bolted. But you know, got to do everything you can. And I also absolutely adore Caroline Hirons, who is on YouTube. You probably know her. She is the skincare expert, and so I really like really good skincare with really good ingredients, but I also like a bargain. And beauty pie is brilliant because you're paying direct to factory prices. I love just taking that time for myself and slathering various unctions onto my face. So I think from memory I've ordered some new moisturiser because, you know, at my age, having had combination and greasy skin when I was younger, all I'm trying to do now is get as much moisture on my skin as humanly possible. And that's it really. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Strange combination of Christmassiness and decorations and a general election. That's odd. I do like to stay up late on the night of election. I really enjoy Jon Snow and his swingometer, and yeah, I'm likely to probably not stay up all night, but I'll stay up pretty late and then wake up really early and see where things have gone. I don't think things will go the way I want them to, but you never know. So I think that's going to be that for this vlog. Once I've got this buttonhole on these jeans, I might take a quick picture before I upload this, and then I'm going to disappear for a couple of days and I'll be back soon. See you soon. Bye.